Hi everyone and welcome to the SmackDown pre-show podcast. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, hello. If you're watching this on YouTube, why? So I'm here joined by my two great friends, the Titan of wrestling himself, Mr. James Dixon, who there's a lot of people, you're like Marmite on this channel because some people are like, get more of him, he's knowledgeable, and then I think more of the kids are like, he's so negative, get him away.
There was a comment last week that said we are the three most negative people at WhatCulture.
Which is the most...
I disagree, because me and you especially were the beacons of light.
Yeah, I know we love Rusev.
What do you mean, me and you especially? What
You're
about
you're a negative Nancy, aren't you?
I'd be happier if I had a chair like last week.
We do have the chair, but we can't unfortunately get it focused because the editor will kill us. I also have the king of WhatCulture.com, Ross on wrestling.
If he's the Titan of wrestling, I'm the king of wrestling. That's how it works.
Where's your beard gone?
Yeah, so explain to lovely people, you had this beard, it went on for a while, and then...
No, it didn't go on for a while. It went on for like a week, and then he...
That's a while.
No, it was 4 long weeks.
Now, to clarify, I always, watch your WTF moments, and I stick on the Survivor Series one, and all of a sudden I just see these shavings, which I initially think are pubes, but are not. Yeah. It is in fact your facial hair. What happened?
I was sitting here on Sunday doing NXT. What the f***? I'm going to have to bleep that out now, for God's sake. Anyway, and I was sitting there and I had these two little...
like 2 minutes.
I had these two little tufts there and I was sat there all afternoon just pulling at them and I was like, there's more to life than this, Kenny.
There is more to life.
Power through.
I couldn't. It was getting red, raw and agitated. I was like, nah, that's not worth anymore. So I took my Phillips One Blade.
To the people who sent him the beard oil, send me the beard oil. I will never shave. I'll give you yours.
The Gentleman's Bear? I can't remember what the company's called. I would a terrible
give
human
you
being
something for free.
Anyway, this is about SmackDown. So what we're going to do today is, because obviously Survivor Series happened, SmackDown's going to be tonight with all the fallout. We don't really know what's going to happen, so instead of being a mad speculation show, which we probably will turn into anyway, we're just going to take your questions. But before we do...
Well, before we do, Ross owes me £1.
Ross stated that The Undertaker would be on the team at Survivor Series, and he was not.
Wasn't even there. Wasn't even on the show.
Shane got wiped out, though, so I was half right.
Didn't he just?
Half right. So before we get to the fan questions, we're going to go to you first, Ross. Just in general with Survivor Series, obviously SmackDown lost the women's and the tag match, but they won the men's match and they kept the IC title. How did you feel SmackDown's performance was at Survivor Series overall?
Nice.
Anything to add to that?
Just nice, wasn't it? Nice.
And in the end,
nice matches, nice graps.
And you were a little bit sceptical about Shane McMahon being in the Survivor Series team.
I was.
How did you feel his performance went?
He flew around, didn't he? He got hurt, didn't he?
A backyard wrestler.
Here he goes. Negative Nancy. The man kills himself for your entertainment, for your pleasure, and you call him a backyard wrestler. What a bad human being you are.
Look, he was all effort. And I appreciate the effort.
Nobody can deny the effort.
No one can deny the effort, but the work was bad. I mean, and then
his punches
are great, though, aren't they?
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, he didn't bust Jericho open with him or anything. And then the fact that he's on top of Seth and Roman, beating on them both like a hero, like Goldberg.
He does Muay Thai or whatever the hell's called.
Does he?
So,
to be fair to Shane, though, he did take a lot of punishment from everybody in the match.
No, just shut up, he did.
Yeah, but
he's a wrestler.
So, I don't know why I'm asking this question.
I don't know why you're asking this.
Mr.
I liked Survivor Series before you start. I thought it was really good.
Okay. Well, what about SmackDown? Like, specifically SmackDown, their performance. What was their performance?
It's all fake anyway, isn't it?
Well, that's what we're talking about.
Just booking.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
Well, when you going in that'd be the result.
But did SmackDown do any better in the sort of booking than you thought they would, or was it exactly how you thought it would?
Exactly the same, wasn't it? The only difference is, I think a lot of people thought the IC title would switch and the Cruiserweights would switch.
The Cruiserweights had to switch. I can't believe they didn't.
Raw's the longest show, though.
Yeah, but...
I know what you're saying.
We're going to have a segment on Raw, and then we've got a full-on Cruiserweight show as well.
I think a lot
which will be built to by the.
I think a lot of people wanted SmackDown to get the Cruiserweights, not because they particularly were like, we desperately want them on SmackDown, but they just thought it'd be a better story on SmackDown.
Yeah,
because SmackDown's a
that's what we need. We don't know who these men are.
They don't have the time though. What would Raw do without the Cruiserweights to fill?
You only need
more Stephanie.
You only need a segment.
More Stephanie.
Take an Ellsworth segment out. That's all you need.
Hey. He was over like Rover, I'm telling you.
So let's get to the questions from the audience. Reese Mortimer is up first. He wants to know, I'm going to ask this to Ross because it involves someone that Mr. Dixon will probably get angry about. Do you think Baron Corbin, this is a wee twist here, do you think Baron Corbin could be the one to get punished by Undertaker for costing SmackDown the Cruiserweight division, or do you think he's going to go
Do you think the Undertaker cares about the Cruiserweights, do you?
No, I don't. You never know. Or do you think he's going to
Dean
go after
Ambrose, though. Dean
Ambrose?
Ambrose is a dead man walking, you could say.
Is he going to be taking the soul of Dean Ambrose?
And digging a hole and putting it in a crazy little hole. That's what I...
That's a weird match, so.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wasn't it more likely to be AJ?
Why would it be AJ?
Because he's a heel.
He battled for... The narrative is, if you lost the match, the Undertaker's in a hatch for you.
Twist it and blame AJ.
Well... But speaking about Raw, I've just watched Raw.
Oh no! So Sami Zayn was blamed.
Not about Sami Zayn.
No, but he was very quickly. He was blamed by Stephanie for losing the match that he was screwed in. But Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and the guys who actually lost the stakes.
She put their jobs on the line 2 weeks ago, and then she went, Mexico, and you don't really mean that, do you? She says, no, it's just only kidding. What? You can't come out with big lines like that and just go, I'm just kidding. It's been a constant thing throughout this year.
Stipulations mean nothing, though, do they?
They should, though.
They should, but they don't.
It's like Shane Undertaker. Vince didn't really mean that.
Remember when John Cena had to leave?
He did for 6 weeks.
But he didn't leave for 6 weeks.
No. Do you think, though, that... Because it feels like with SmackDown, just very quickly, like... The authority figures on SmackDown, Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, it kind of feels like with, as much as they can with realism, it feels like they are fighting for the brand. They are like, Shane McMahon is, for better or for worse, he's in there fighting with the troops. Daniel Bryan's on State of the Union thing, telling Mick Foley he doesn't understand what guys of this generation go through. Whereas Mick Foley has just become Stephanie's bitch. And it's quite sad.
Yeah. Raw's the Stephanie show, isn't it?
We've got
Why didn't you ask me about Baron Corbin?
Because we know what you think of Baron Corbin. Ryan Linkus wants
I don't
want
to see this for Baron. Like, who gives a toss about him and Kalisto?
Yeah. Well, at least he'll get to beat Kalisto. Yeah. Although Kalisto did well at the Survivor Series match more than he usually does.
Didn't botch any spots.
Ryan Linkus wants to know, do you think they're going to potentially set up a Styles-Ambrose double turn because of AJ Styles' popularity? Is that something they could try and do? Because where do you go with Ambrose after AJ Styles?
Taker, I guess. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. I just don't... I don't know. It seems too early to turn AJ face again.
You know, that's maybe like an after WrestleMania thing?
Yeah, he's a good heel. It's all right.
Is he?
Yeah, because all the heels now, he's good in his role. He's not good at getting heat. But he's obviously very good as a character.
He's like KO.
He's exactly the same. And Jericho, none of them are heels. They're all faces, but they're portrayed as heels. I think he's fine like that. And Ambrose, he gets the pop for his entrance and people fall asleep during his
like
matches,
he's crazy
but,
fringe, don't they?
Oh yeah, he is crazy. I'll give you that.
Adam Neeson and Jordan Henderson kind of get the same question. It's about NXT call-ups. Ty Dillinger on TakeOver seemed to maybe have a goodbye, almost like the way they were treating it because he was in the ring.
They need to strike while the iron's hot with him.
I think he would be perfect for SmackDown.
Yeah,
Ty Dillinger would be great. And then
is it in Toronto again?
No, I think it's still in Canada, but it's not in Toronto. I think they've moved.
This could be the night then, because the 10 chance for when the referee's doing the 10 count.
Yeah,
and Adam Neeson's got a good suggestion.
Is it the chant that's over him though?
I think it's him.
Is it him?
I think it's him. I think it's him now. I don't think it was, because when he had that match with Bobby Roode, like I feel like people were. I feel like he's a good underdog.
He is.
Like he's a David Bixenspan questioning me enjoying that match on Twitter, just because you write for the Observer. Anyway.
Well, what was the issue with that match? Like, it was really good.
Well, because I'd said that I thought that it was genuinely one of the best openers WWE've had of the year because the characters, people were into them, the match was good, and he just like retweeted going, what? No, it was good.
I think it was good.
Adam Neeson said that maybe Ty Dillinger could come in and challenge for the Intercontinental Championship with The Miz. That'd be quite a good program. I don't know if you do it straight away, but would you like to see
They need to get the introduction right, because a lot of these call-ups have just fell flat on their face.
I tell you, it could be a great introduction for him. Number 10 at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it?
The Royal Rumble that Goldberg's won already.
Right, look. We've had this argument already, off camera. We can have it again.
I'm bringing it on. Bringing it on.
Why do you think Goldberg is winning the Rumble?
2015, 2016 Royal Rumbles were the most predictable matches ever.
What about the other 20-odd years?
Yeah, but we're in a new era now.
Yeah, we are. Where it could be someone from Raw or SmackDown, which makes it less
Goldberg,
predictable.
though, he's in the match. They're all
Why
going,
will Goldberg win it?
It's the road to the title.
Wouldn't it be
Will he get there? Will he not?
He's obviously going to work with
Isn't that
Lesnar
the point
again.
of the story, though?
Yeah,
like,
it's obvious, isn't it?
But he's going to work with Lesnar again, isn't he? Obviously.
Is he?
At some point, of course.
Is he?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because he watched it. It's
so obvious.
It's 2-0.
Don't do that again.
Things touch with black magic. You can't speak unless someone says your full name 5 times. I'm a child. Anyway.
Shouldn't have spoke.
Lost my train of thought.
Right, no, wait.
Goldberg.
Lesnar will throw him out of the Rumble, leading to their WrestleMania match. He will cost him this title opportunity. They're not going to put the belt on Goldberg.
How do you know?
'Cause he's 50 odd. They're not going to put. Right, no.
To be fair,
he didn't need the belt.
He didn't need that win either.
Yes, he did.
Why?
Right, that was the best thing they've done since Lesnar ended the streak.
Most shocking thing they've done.
Are you talking about it? Was everyone talking about it?
Yeah.
Right.
But it makes no bloody sense.
Doesn't it?
No, can I say why it doesn't make
again.
sense? The reason it makes sense, and I get the arguments why people don't like it, but the reason it makes sense is loads of people now watch UFC. UFC-style fights are in. People like the idea of a fight that could go either way. By having Brock Lesnar beaten quickly, he was too complacent. He thought he could beat Goldberg. The whole story was like, fantasy warfare, you can't do this in real life. Didn't even have to prepare for him. Goldberg comes in, smashes him. Brock Lesnar now has a story, which he's not had for the better part of 2 years. And now Goldberg, you've got a marketable guy going at the WrestleMania and the Rumble.
If they'd done 10 minutes and Goldberg had have won, it would have hurt Lesnar far more than just destroying him. Because he was just unprepared. He was caught off guard. If he just lost a competitive match, then he's lost a competitive match, which he hasn't. And then the other question, everyone's going, oh, well, yeah, but Lesnar ended the streak and then they've wasted it on Goldberg. Have they? They've got a huge star who's now going to sell out another couple of pay-per-views for them.
Couple of pay-per-views? You could have had one that sold out 10, 15, 20.
Can I ask a question?
No.
You could have waited.
Who could have beat Lesnar?
You could have waited.
Who on that roster can beat Lesnar?
There might be someone coming up very soon.
Who?
By the name of Nakstishinsky.
It's never going to happen.
Can I say, to defend the Nakamura thing, Nakamura was on NXT TakeOver, and it's the first NXT TakeOver in a while to not sell out by thousands. They had 12,000, not 17. If he was as popular as people think
well, that's just the general tone of NXT at the minute.
I don't know, he's
in the
main
gutter,
event.
isn't it?
He's in the main event.
I know they pulled it out of the bag completely on Saturday, but the whole build to it's been shocking. Anyway, this is the SmackDown pre-show podcast.
Who could have beat Lesnar? Dean Ambrose? Been done, he's lost. Cena? Done it. Taker? Done it.
I can't just give you a name like that. This is the thing, they need to build and build and
But
build.
they don't build
moments.
stars.
But they do have a big Royal Rumble pay-per-view they need to sell it in a dome. They've got WrestleMania. But I mean, and then maybe Goldberg has a feud with somebody else. Maybe Goldberg's the guy that's eventually going to put somebody over.
He's going to have to be.
Not necessarily. He might just keep winning.
He's the best wrestler of all time now. He's the man.
Triple H just beat him.
Oh God, imagine that. Yeah. Triple H.
So let's move on back to SmackDown.
It could happen again though.
Back in the room.
Triple
back to SmackDown.
Right, okay.
God, I want to fight.
Ayrton Santos.
That's Ayrton.
Ayrton Santos.
Why did you struggle to say it though?
Well, because I didn't know if there was an R after the T.
Say burger.
Ayrton Santos. Who do you think challenges for the Tag Team Championships TLC? There's a match tonight.
I hope it's a revival. Just get them up. They need it.
They're not in the match.
Who? What?
There's there's a match tonight with 6 teams. What's the name of it?
I didn't know that.
Like a
6-pack challenge.
They didn't call it 6-pack challenge. They
called the equivalent of that.
Yeah, basically that. So it's like the Ascension, Breezango, Hype Bros, American Alpha, the Usos, and the Vaudevillains.
There's only one answer, surely.
The Usos, of course.
Yeah.
Who great performances.
They're great now. They've turned heel.
Yeah, they were tremendous.
The music's good.
But what about the old hanky law? Do you want to explain to the people about that? Because you've opened my eyes completely.
No, I don't.
People that put hankies in their back pockets are sending messages, subliminal messages about what they are sexual.
I wouldn't say they were subliminal. I think they're quite blatant, really.
Also, so if you're
you only know what they are if you know.
If you're part of the club.
If you know.
Which Ross is now part of everybody.
You're gay if you've got a hanky in your back.
No, it's not like you're gay.
Your top or bottom.
It's different colours mean different things.
Oh, is it like
the Usos had...
It's a secret code. It was a secret code in the 70s for...
Was it like when you go to like a shag tag night at a club and they've got like if you wear a red t-shirt...
Don't know, Kenny, we've never been, so if you want to explain a little bit about that.
Shag tag, ladies and gentlemen, is if you go to a club and like if you're wearing red, you're single. If you're wearing like green, you're...
Don't look
relationship.
At me
game is a bad job.
If you're wearing an orange one, you're in some sort of open thing. I don't know. But
it's kind of the same principle.
I just wear black.
Look it up, everybody. If you're over the age of 18, maybe.
But the Usos... What were they after? What was dark blue? What was dark blue?
I don't think we can say without Sam getting mad and having to bleep us to
no, he's got a bleep anyway, so what was it?
I'll be editing this anyway now, Swan. I've made me better with mine.
What did the dark blue one mean?
It means he enjoys anal sex.
That was the one, anal.
We all like to do things at the weekend.
What was the red one?
The red one?
You can demonstrate this with charades.
Alright, I'll just...
Bye, everybody.
Luckily, this might not make YouTube, everybody, because
That bit will.
Ross is just. I'm not even going to say it.
Tell the people at SoundCloud what he did.
People on SoundCloud,
Should we do a sound effect?
Ross just basically.
No,
Ross,
please don't do the sound
Ross,
effect.
Ross just used his fist.
No. Let's
I
clarify.
punched the air. We're
Ross
celebrating.
did not use his fist.
Well, not on me.
Well, you are the one stood next to him.
Says you in the paedophilic jumper.
Since when is Sonic the Hedgehog paedophilic?
On you it is. On anybody else it's anyway. This is digressed again.
Talks to me like that, wearing that hat. With that
Here we
face.
go.
Alec
Turn it
Kreger.
with Joe Simpkins show now.
Hey! Well, no one will be watching
Oh,
then.
Kenny,
Oh.
I don't.
Hey,
Kenny, I don't like you. Oh, Joe, I don't like you either. Nobody cares. Two podcasts.
So SmackDown tonight,
You're a
ladies
bit
and gentlemen.
Thanks, mate. Alec Kreger wants to know, what will Undertaker do since Team SmackDown won? Do you want to put your fake crown on for this, or?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll just get that gif of you and picture you bumming. Anyway, Undertaker, I think you'll be there this evening, and he will.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, great.
He'll attack.
Insightful.
He'll attack folk. Like he's.
He'll attack folk.
I think Ambrose will be the first man to be attacked.
But they are both faces. We have had this discussion.
Ambrose was getting booed on Sunday.
And he's going to attack him right before the TLC match with Styles.
Oh, they've still got that, haven't they? That's only 2 weeks away, isn't it?
It's going to be Corbin.
It won't be Styles.
It's going to be
Oh,
Corbin.
it can't be Corbin.
Of course it can. He's got nothing to do.
Too soon.
Get him beat.
Let it be Ellsworth.
Send him back to
Ellsworth
NXT.
comes out in a wheelchair tonight, and an Undertaker.
Ellsworth did
picks up
more
the
to help that team. He got Braun Strowman.
Yeah, but he also got murdered.
I'm going to ask you the question here, James.
Hello.
So easy to call you that, because there's nothing else I could call you.
Hurtful.
Noah wants to know, who do you think attacked Nikki Bella and why? It's the big controversy. Who attacked Nikki Bella?
Who cares? Who cares? Natalia.
Not the fact that Charlotte was going in the middle of the ring.
Or that Carmella and Elise...
Natalia wanted to be in the match. Natalia whinged and whinged and whinged and whinged about being in the
No,
match.
she was happy.
Natalia's in
She
the
was
match.
happy as the coach with her whistle. That
Yeah,
didn't
she
work.
was thrilled, giddy.
To be fair though, like...
I think it was.
I like
Mickey James.
Mickey
Oh,
James.
that's good. That's not bad. It could be pregnant Trish Stratus.
But it wasn't.
She's backstage, 8 months pregnant. Anyway.
What's the most boring option?
Carmella.
Probably.
No, but Carmella and Alexa Bliss were both on the outside going, was that you? No, it wasn't me.
Acting.
Like, yeah.
Well,
Good.
here's a thing, Kenny. They might have been. Wait for it. Lying.
Yeah, but maybe why would they bring up? It's so
they
Natalia.
wanted
It's
Natalia. Of course it's
Natalia.
Natalia.
Why we?
Who cares?
But the thing is, it's actually
Good thing that Nikki Bella wasn't in the match. Excellent.
It's not a bad story. Natalia, like you say, she was made the coach. She wanted to be in the match. She was whining about it, and then she took out Nikki Bella, and all of a sudden she didn't care.
Was
to
she
be the coach anymore.
where's this whining happened? Because she was just referencing 90s songs all the time.
She had a whistle.
Yeah. She was happy with the whistle. She was blowing
She
it. It
wasn't
wasn't
happy. Look into those eyes deeply, and you'll see sadness behind them.
The sadness in
Sadness
the eyes.
in the eyes.
I want to just quickly say to
Everything you do moves quickly.
Wuan786 wants to know, do we think The Undertaker will attack the women for losing at Survivor Series?
No.
Yeah, you will. With a chair. You'll hit them all in the head with the chair.
Unprotected.
Unprotected, yeah.
Are unprotected
Then he'll
chair
get a
shots
knife
allowed
and just
these
stab
days?
them all live on the show. That's what he'll do. What a ridiculous question.
You'll be blocked on Twitter later by him.
Marek Wasinski wants to know, James, what direction do you think the Wyatt family might take after Survivor Series? Do you think that maybe after everything that happened at Survivor Series, Orton's maybe going to become a full-fledged member now, or are they still?
Isn't he already?
Or are they still going to do? Because a lot of people are thinking it might all be a fraud, and he's maybe just going to turn on them.
He put himself in the way of danger to
did.
save Bray Wyatt.
But that's why I'm asking you the question.
That to me, that's the full affirmation that he is part of that family now. And you know what?
And I think he's more interested for it.
Of course he is. And the fact that Bray won, I thought was very interesting. It does mean he will now lose his next big pay-per-view
He needed
match.
the win more than anybody.
Yeah, he did.
He really needed
and he
it.
looked good doing it, and I think it was believable. And you bought that he would win that, but surely now he's the guy who's won for SmackDown. He's got to be getting title shots, am I right?
But he can't though, can he?
But he can't.
Unless they change it.
What, Ambrose and
Triple threat TLC.
Ugh.
And obviously we've got TLC coming up in just under 2 weeks. The card is not big so far, given that we have one match, which is AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose for the WWE
I
World
imagine
title.
a lot will be made tonight.
Yeah, I would imagine so. What would you like to see at TLC? With the roster they have and kind of the realistic parameters, is there a match you want to see at TLC?
I mean, I wouldn't put Taker on it yet.
No.
I think I'd save his return for the Rumble, where it'll be bigger. You know, they need to sell 60,000 tickets. So.
Bring him back the Tuesday after TLC.
Yeah,
on
build
TV.
to the Rumble,
Yeah.
and maybe have him there, but don't have him in a match yet. What I want to see is no Baron Corbin match. American Alpha or the Usos really should be fighting for the tag belts. One of them. It can't be anyone else. The rest of the division's a joke.
It'll be the Usos now, won't it?
It should be the Usos.
Now, see, if
yeah.
you say that, you're saying the division's a joke, do you want to be handed an Uggo slip? Because you might be.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
I thought so until Sunday when they started throwing Uggo slips at the other team, and I did pop for it.
It's like a 2016 version of Rico.
But it's harmless. It's not other than a tag
crap.
team title feud.
It's crap.
We grew up on a lot of crap.
When you watch wrestling with people who don't watch
We grew up on
wrestling,
Bastion Booger.
which was also crap.
Yeah.
But if
You need crap.
But when you were a child, you were embarrassed by that. If you were watching that with your parents or someone who didn't like wrestling around. But now you're an adult. You're a grown ass man, and you're watching. How do you defend a lot of what you see?
Because you either need to take it.
Like when people say, "Why do you watch this?" What's the justification when you see a team like that?
The bands,
It's not. It's just crap.
they're called the Fashion Police.
Brilliant. Yeah. Why are the heels?
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are the heels? What makes them heelish?
Because they call your clothes ugly.
Ooh,
Nobody likes
really
that.
hate them.
What would you like to see at TLC? Is there something specific with the women or the tag teams or the IC title that you want to see happen at TLC?
I don't know who goes with who now, because the roster's that slim.
James Ziggler's going to get another
Yeah,
shake at Miz,
I
or
hope not.
Miz and Ty, I think, is
Yeah, that would be nice.
pretty much what we think would be good. But I mean, it's a big leap to assume he's going to be there at all. So.
I don't know. It's so thin, isn't it? You already run out of options.
Maybe some cruiserweights that have been used.
And just as we kind of finish up here, any last topics you want to cover before we go? Ross, anything SmackDown related that's on your mind, or non-SmackDown related that you want to cover?
Watch the live stream with me and Adam Pacitti on
SmackDown
WhatCulture Extra
Live.
with King Ross and Pacitti.
SmackDown Live.
With King Ross and Pacitti.
Anything you want to
I
bring
don't
up?
know what to think. It's a weird time, isn't it? We're starting from scratch again.
You're in that lull sort of between series and Rumble when nothing really ever happens, because it's like you got Christmas coming up and they don't really do much around that time, and the December pay-per-view is always a bit of a bust.
Alberto Del Rio ran over Mick Foley a couple of years ago at Christmas.
Did he?
Yeah, Mick Foley was Santa.
Right.
Nearly killed him.
Yeah. Well, won't happen this year.
Do you think because Survivor Series was so good that people are in a bit of a lull now? Because I think people maybe weren't expecting it to be such a good show, and now they know.
I just think it's
it's
hard because you can't really build anything big yet until especially when you've got a show as big as Rumble coming up and then Mania coming up, and you can't build anything too big at TLC. You don't want to start anything too fresh yet that you want to blow off immediately. So it's kind of just a placeholder show, isn't it? I'm sure it'll be fine, but I don't think it'll be monumental.
Where can people find you on Twitter, Ross?
HOW
Wrestling runs the account part-time. Kenny MC 1985 is my handle. Any books in the works?
Yes.
Care to throw them a little tease of something?
The Attitude Era Compendium will be available prior to Christmas.
Compendium.
That might be the word.
Ned Flanders left Tory.
I should hope it's the working title. Compendium.
What's one of those?
It's like an almanac, like a collection.
Why can't you say
An
almanac?
almanac?
Just say almanac.
It isn't an almanac.
But
It's like an almanac.
the Attitude Era like almanac.
That's why you don't write for it.
Compendium.
Compendium. Look, if you don't know words, Scott.
And to be fair, I
Kenny.
have written for it, so don't you lie. And you're going to ask me to write more for it probably, so there's... Anyway.
I haven't written for it. Why is that?
Did you start watching wrestling in 2010?
Yeah. This only goes up 2001.
I watched wrestling from 1998 onwards.
First match.
Name my first match. I mean, my first ever.
Do him an on-the-spot quiz.
Okay, I actually need a quiz.
You've walked into this.
Thanks for joining us this week. Goodbye.
I'll just do one question, just one.
I don't even want to answer it. I'm not going to keep it in. I'm editing this now.
No Mercy 1999, what was the main event?
Let's wrap it up. We've meandered to the end, and it's...
Yeah, we've meandered.
I'm just going to leave.
Almost out of time. Yeah, just leave. Thanks for listening.
What a mess this has been.
Yeah, it's been a shambles.
It's almost as if nobody watches these and we don't really care what we say.
Funny that.
Bye.